Are you like maybe healing from something and you're wanting to take action, or maybe you're just feeling exhausted from taking too much action and you feel like you need to feel a little bit more into something? Well, today I'm going to talk about the balance of healing and taking action and what might be best for you to make your own decision at the end of this. And if you till the end, I've got an extra point for you then as well. Now, if you want to connect with me even more, I have linked my social media links below. I've been on both ends of this. I've been guilty mostly of taking too much action and not feeling into things. For example, like maybe I was hurting from a breakup and I just went out and started dating straight away. And I was just like going on, and then I ended up like really getting hurt again because I hadn't worked through my previous stuff. I've also been in that space where I'm like, I've really been like working on myself, developing myself, and I've just taken no action to get out there and meet someone, meet the right girl again in dating or whatever. And the case has been in my professional life as well. Like I've been guilty of that as well. When I'm like, I had a really bad experience, like doing that presentation or something. I'm like, okay, I just need to recover from that. I'll be a while till I do it. And I've seen lots of people do this as well. It's like I'm waiting until the right moment until I take action. But then I've also seen when people like disregard their mental health and then they're just like working 12, 14, even crazy 16-hour days, right? Sometimes more. For people, and and then suddenly their body gets ill because they're just not looking after themselves. And I've had one or two people I've even spoken to recently about that. And for me, there's a balance and understanding where you are. And it doesn't mean it's a 50-50 split. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what's best for you in that moment. And I'm going to give you a little bit of guidance on that. How does it help you when you exhaust yourself? Or how does it help you when you're just like holding yourself back and you're not making any changes? Well, if you're anything like me, it can be frustrating either end. So this is what I'm going to suggest. The first thing is schedule some time in with yourself to feel things like every single day. For me, it's things like breathwork and meditation, however I'm doing in life, right? Now, what I'll do is if I'm in a really challenging emotional state is I'll schedule more time to feel into things, right? And I may get more support from people. But having a bare minimum, no matter how good you're feeling, how much action you're taking, always finding time to feel into things. And that brings me on to the next point. Schedule and commit to one thing each day, right? And each week. Right, what is it you're going to take action on? Now, if you're in a really challenging emotional space, I would suggest making that one thing a lot smaller than you would if you're feeling better. So, for example, you just had a breakup. I'm going to use this because this is quite a raw one for me last year. Like, an action could be like you're doing the emotional work, but an action could be to go out there and start dating. Now, if you just broke up with someone a few days ago, that's probably not the right action. That's quite a big action. However, an action could be that you just go to a social event for 30 minutes. Okay. So always committing to one action, I find, is absolutely key. And if you're in a really healing place where you're really working through your emotions, then make that thing a lot smaller. The next thing is scheduling in time, both in terms of short emotional work and longer emotional work. And what I mean by that is this. So like I was talking about, scheduling in time every single day to feel into my emotions, like meditation, breath work might be a 10 to 30 minute practice. I also have like a 90-minute plus experience where I will do longer breath work and journal every week so I can really feel into my emotions as well. Now, I've got a final point I want to share with you, but once again, just want to mention that if you want to connect with me more on social media, you can find all my links in the show notes below. My final point for you would be this: getting yourself a coach and talking through this stuff with them. So really feeling into being able to be supported. Because what a coach can do is really, I had my coaching session earlier actually, And he was able to give me the exercises for working through some emotions where I am and the actions to move forward in my personal and professional life. And a coach, a really good coach, can guide you. They're not going to tell you what to do. They can give you suggested exercises, all these kind of things, but they're going to give you guidance on how you move forward. So getting a coach to talk it through with can be a really, really powerful thing as well. So that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you for being here. You're improving other people's lives by working on yourself. And remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.